All right, is everyone ready?
Mate, I was born ready.
Oh, okay, good, because I already started the video. Hey guys, Anthony, Fourby4touring Australia. We're just going to do a quick video. This is going to be something really important. I think I've mentioned it before, where your rear door can get stuck shut. And it happened to someone just about, what, 20 minutes ago we were there? Yeah. Helped this bloke out. But I noticed this morning on this vehicle, one of our vehicles, he was doing a bit of maintenance. And so what's the problem here? Have a look at all this dust, right? So we're up in the Kimberleys on the Gibb River Road. We're actually at Manning Gorge, aren't we, I think?
We certainly are.
Yeah, it's hard to remember, but look at all this dust. This dust, that's a problem. That reflection, you looking at me with no shirt on, that could be even bigger problem, so I'll just step back again. What happens here is the dust gets in the locks. It's a bit of a bad design because you can see it's not sealed here, right? It's not like on the door of the vehicle. Let's just quickly go there. Is it okay if I open your door, mate? Any secret? So if you look in here, even this one's got dust in it. So with this vehicle, I'm not too sure what's going on. So we're going to look at another vehicle. If you've got your air, another important reason to watch all the videos, because we explain if you've got it on fresh and cabin pressure, you shouldn't be seeing all this dust, say on the trims and all this sort of thing. I'm not too sure what's going on, but that should be clean. My 120, that'd be clean. So back over here, what do you do to help avoid the door getting stuck shut? Because basically your whole camping trip, everything's in there. If you can't open that back door, trips over, right? So what happens, the dust gets into this lock area in here, down in here, and the locks can get stuck. So if that's shut, you've got limited access, but there's a couple of things you can try. One's compressed air. You can pull the handle out, so you get a bit of a gap. See that gap down in there? You may be able to get air blow and some compressed air to blow down towards the lock. See, it's just a little bit down. Or you can maybe go through, there's a gap here when the door's shut. We'll go to another vehicle in a minute. And you can just use compressed air and blow in this direction to blow a lot of air and hopefully loosen up that dust. Give the door a bit of a hit around here without putting dents in it. And keep trying that handle. The other thing to make sure is there's not something pressing. If you've got stuff in the back pushing back against the door, putting pressure on it, that can cause a problem as well. So then you would push on this door while you're gently pulling the handle, and don't go too nuts. They're just plastic. I've never seen one of these broken, but they are just plastic, and there's nothing wrong with this one. Even though it moves like that, bit of wear and tear, never seen one broken. If the air doesn't work, you can use like CRC, WD-40, anything that sprays in a can really. Once again, through that hole, down in that direction, you can try that way. Or personally, my favorite is through the gap here to there. And once you get it open, what I'd recommend is giving it a really good spray, to use that spray to give it a washout. And then once you've done that, blow it dry, clean it, just get all that crap off, because the dust is going to want to stick to it, which is why in a minute we'll go to another vehicle and I'll show you how it hasn't got all this dust on it. And the reason is because I like to keep it clean where the opportunity is there. You'll see me in a river where there's some clean water, throwing a bucket load of water on the back door, and in particular this area here, because same way the dust gets in that crack that's there, the water gets in and the water will wash and clear a lot of that dust. Even if a bit of water gets in there, it's just going to drain out and dry off, and the lock won't get stuck then. So this one, hey Chopper, was this one sort of a bit stuck, a bit fiddly, or you know?
Stiff, yeah.
So when you pull, at any time when you pulled the handle, did it not open, or was it just the handle was stiff pulling? So you had to pull a long way, and it made that big loud click kind of thing, yeah?
100%.
That's it. That's when they're nearly stuck. Yeah. So because I saw him doing that this morning, and it was close, you reckon? Yeah. So let's go and have a look at a couple other vehicles and see a bit of a comparison. Look at this one. It's got a bit of dust as well. It's had a bit of a clean up, some pretty clean paint work there. Have a look at this lock round here. Look at that, similar sort of thing. Very untidy. Very untidy. Right, so you want to give that a good clean up. This one's just had a sort of good clean up. Right, that's obviously where it goes on. Cleaning this end, I don't think it's going to matter too much. Being able to access the inside handle isn't really going to matter, because it does the same thing as what this outside handle does. Can you see that moving part there? Probably not. But that's what's going to be sticking and not working. Now let's go and have a look at one that, if I'm correct, it's going to look a lot cleaner than these. What's going on here, mate?
Oh, well, just a bit of prevention, mate. Just a little
bit of lube.
bit of love.
Now all the dust will stick to that.
Yeah, that's all
Or it
right.
might just dry up. That's why I like the water, but
I did hit it with water this morning.
yeah.
So it's a lot. That's a lot cleaner. That there looked like that here.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, that was bad. Yeah.
So quick look at the back door of the 150. There's a small amount of dust there, but that is very clean. And I remember looking at the 120 a number of times, and it's clean also. So have a look at this 150, right? Now everybody thinks I'm crazy while I was throwing buckets of water over the back of it. If you sort of compare the pair, you can see this one's a lot cleaner. This lock's fairly clean, right? You get pools of dust up the top here. That's why you need to use the blower to blow it off before you open the door. Otherwise everything just falls in. This one, just recently I've had to throw a few buckets out of a river over the back of it. While we're here, I just want to mention a couple of things. So we've got the K-on gear here. We love the K-on table, the K-on rear storage. What I've noticed with the rear storage basket on the 150, the K-on one, it's awesome for storing stuff in there. But when you want to open your beer, is it time for you to have a beer yet? If you want to have a beer, and we can just demonstrate how it's a bit difficult. This K-on rear storage cage might have been just sort of copied off the 120 with a few slight changes. Obviously with the table, it'll work without the table in place, but with the table in place, you can't get in here to use this. That's a bottle opener, right? So this end bottle opener, do you want to try and, let's just see if that, can you do it without tipping the bottle up? I don't want to spill beer all over the table. So this is what we want to demonstrate, right? Sort of, you can probably make something happen, but as soon as that pops, there could be beers going to leak out. What about with the bottle standing up the right way? Does that work? Can you sort of get it? Oh, hang on, no, you don't want that. So can you get the bottle standing out? So does it work like this or not? So that's the minimum angle to get started like that. So that doesn't really work. So what you've got to do is get one of these, right? Get yourself one of those. That's the K-on aerial bottle opener, and we find that works really well. Cheers, mate. Now, let's get back onto this door lock situation, right? Look how clean that is, right? Now, it's not great because you can see, you can see the dust has been in there, right? Let's action the lock and see what's going on. That just feels so much smooth compared to it did earlier. Earlier it hadn't had the wash. It felt tight and dry and whatever the case may be. So when I saw I noticed mine, I saw the other guys playing with them a bit. I thought, well, I should do a video on this, and I was lazy and I didn't. And then we're just up at the Barnet Roadhouse. Bloke pulled up out the front. They're all standing around the back of the vehicle with the door shut. Couple couples sort of thing. They're all standing around. I'm like, oh, what? And they're talking about finding mechanics and getting mechanics and whatever. And I'm thinking, oh. So I said, oh, is the door stuck shut? And they said, yeah. So I said, well, I explained the two options. So they sort of finalised the need for this video. If you don't travel, if you don't have a Prado to travel, then you might as well sell it, because that's what it's for. And if you do, you may end up on a dirt road, and this could happen to you. So important videos to watch. So remember to subscribe, turn the bell on, right? Keep your locks clean. I explained to them compressed air or some spray. And they said, oh yeah, have you got any? I said, no, I'm not carrying, I'm full. But you know, some of the other guys might have had some, but they weren't there at the time. At the end of the day, I said compressed air or spray. They got the spray. It was a 120, so the handles, you know, it's up here. And you know, on the 150, the handle's down under this. It's a bit different. But I would suggest getting through this gap here is the go, right? Through this gap here and spraying the lock. Douse the hell out of it there. Press on here a little bit if you need to while you pull, and I reckon it's going to open. And that's what happened. Within seconds, it was open. You know, he went for the hug and that, and I said, settle yourself, calm down. Anyway, let's finish this video off by just giving you some feedback. Let's go through the campsite and add on a few other tips, all the good and bad things about the vehicles and the trip so far, the problems we've had, so it can help you avoid some problems perhaps. Right, so any problems we've had with any of the products, what's good, what's bad, But we might do that, or we might do a little bit of that, and we'll do another video. Subscribe, turn the bell on, give us a like button if you liked us helping you avoid. So if you do your maintenance, keep it clean. I throw the water at it to let it all run down. That's why if you look at this one, you'll see the stain, because there's been no cloth to it, it's just water. But see, the dust isn't sitting there, right? It's just not sitting there. There's a bit sitting here, that's probably, I don't know, oh, there would have been a bit of residual water, and that's why the dust is stuck to it. So if you sit at the river longer, then that may not happen. Some quick feedback on the fridges again. Awesome, love the versatility of being able to use these drawer fridges like that. And you can see they do the job. Where's the thermometer again this time? I keep getting caught out not being able to find the damn thermometer, but it's there somewhere anyway. Whatever, that one's on about 10 degrees. This one's good too, there you go. That one's on about 5, it's got all the cold stuff in there. The problem is the insulation of I've worked out, insulation is the problem. The compressors are just like any other compressor. They use the same as any other compressor. The insulation at the front, pretty good, but the cold factor on these, it's at the top. So that's where the element is. So if you feel up here, it's really cold. So this one's probably insulating this one a little bit, but not now, but usually always, the compressors of the fridges are running, which means it's using a lot of juice, which means this setup with the dual force 90 amp hour is good for overnight, but that's about it. Then you need some solar or to drive. So the fridges, got those from Melandy Outdoor Adventure, very happy with them. They're in Thomastown. Storage system's awesome. There wouldn't be much we'd change on that. Probably a few mods on the chopping board because it's a little bit hard to open. We've got a few little, this is a prototype. We're working with a manufacturer to, so this, what's happened, it's bowed. You can see it's low at the sides there. It's high in the middle, so that's a bit bowed is the problem there. So how you stop that from bowing? The clearance isn't an issue, right? You can see it's got the clearance, it's just bowed. This lock system, the patio bolt, awesome to be able to open and close the drawer. The charging system with the USBs and the power outlets there, awesome. The battery good. The water storage systems have been really good with all the hose to access those. The K and rear storage shelf, awesome to get all those small lightweight things. We can fit all the other stuff underneath. Everything works pretty well here. The table's awesome, of course. The table and the rear cage are probably a couple of the best things. The K on rear antenna bracket, that's awesome. We've got the Oricom antenna there. Antennas don't break on these brackets because they don't vibrate around like on bull bars. And the K on rear camera bracket's been good, but it gets covered in dirt and dust anyway. So what else have we got? At this side, you can see the roller tighten, that's been rock solid. Very happy with that. Hasn't let us down at all whatsoever. Okay, see that up there, roller tighten. Tray very strong and solidly mounted. Okay, we've got these Max Pro floor mats. Got those from Trevor Ryan at Dirt Road 4x4 in Werribee. Absolutely awesome. We said we were happy with them, but just to show you, everyone's been pretty messy on this trip, bit dirty, dusty. We've been away for weeks. And look, you can see all the dirt in the mat. I get the blower every now and then and I blow all the dust out. That's why sort of some of it's ended up there, but that'll all blow and vac out when we get home. Not worried about that. The key is all that dirt and stuff is not on the mats underneath. And who's there going, show us how good they are. I'll lift it up a little bit and show you. Look, see, carpet, brand new, look at that. They are awesome floor mats, okay? Bada bing. We've got the Hilux here. What issues have we had with the Hilux? How many Ks has this done, mate? 34 now, yeah, so that's pretty fresh. The biggest issue was the dust in the back, wasn't it? Really annoying. So we worked out that the rear of these tailgates, certainly, you know, the sides and the bottom are not sealed at all whatsoever. So you drive on dirt roads, the back is going to be full of dust. Obviously it's had a bit of a clean up. He hasn't worried too much about the tarp, just the parts where you touch with your hands. Just helps you sort of stay a bit cleaner sometimes, you know. And that tyre, the Yokohama Geolander, which you probably might see in another video if you subscribed with the bell on, went to pieces. It was just the one so far. How many thousand Ks do you reckon we've done on dirt roads this trip? 2,000 at least, yeah, of a lot of rough dirt roads. So where have we been? Let's tell her, where have we been? So we went up from Broken Hill, we went up to Tippabara, we went up to through the gate, Warwick Gate, we went up to Thargomindah. Where do we go? Up to one way or another. Where do we go? I'm trying to remember. Anyway, yeah, before Bullier, what was there? Oh, anyway, whatever, up that way, you know, the way up through there, you know, and up through Mount Isa, and where do we go? Cloncurry, went up to Corumba. Quite a few dirt roads getting up there, and then we come across the top from Corumba across into the Northern Territory, followed the Buchanan Way, so all those dirt roads. Then we went, we did a bit of dirt road driving around, you know, so we did a lot of dirt road driving. Been across the Gib up to Mitchell Falls, back down. We're at Manning now. A lot of dust. The tyres went pretty well, but one did let us down, and you can see the others over there, all KO2s, no problems with those. Any other issues with the Hilux? What impressed you the most about the Hilux? What did you like about it? Anything that was surprisingly good, or it's just what you thought? Happy days, mate. Look at that. So there you go. Just dust in the back of the Hilux and get some tyres. So this 120, mate, how's it been going for you on the trip? Is there anything that's been good or bad? So you're a bit concerned about the rear door lock and that. So you've got your little access cut in there for at the rear table.
That's it.
Right. So has anything else been a problem? What other problems?
No.
Any loose nuts and bolts? Anything come loose?
Oh, the splash guards on the bar.
On the front ARB bull bar, you had to tighten those up again.
Opposite lock bull bar, but yeah.
Opposite lock. That's all right, and we don't care. Whatever, it's all good.
Opposite lock,
So that
bar.
come loose. No other problems with anything.
Nah, mate. It's
Awesome.
actually surprised me. The old girl.
What's that?
Old Betsy.
The antenna. You have an issue with any?
Oh yeah, the antenna come loose.
Did it break or just come loose?
The nuts come loose at
Okay.
Ivanhoe Crossing. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Me
cool.
and Hit fixed her up.
Is there anything with the vehicle that you were impressed about, that you went, this is good, I'm glad I did that, this has worked really well? It's something you'd recommend for people, or nothing you can think of? That's all right.
Yeah,
No
not
dramas,
off the
mate.
top
It's
of
all
your
good.
head. The rear bar's a beautiful thing. It is weighty,
Rear bar,
but
yeah. Why do you like that?
that extra step on the back's good. The
Just
jerry
step up
can-
there, yeah.
Jerry can holders are handy
Yeah.
for washing your hands, obviously.
Happy days. This is a 2013 150 Dad's driving, and he said no dramas at all. See, it's just a reliable setup. No bull bars. Just got the Dobinson suspension, the KO2s, the Toyota cross roof bars. Trust me, that awning will fall apart sooner or later. And that's it. That's a video. We're out of here. So subscribe, turn the bell on. Bada bing, bada boom. See ya.